we go say the US Ambassador Salon Brian David Hunt say the education college fair we dem hold for but 30 school dem na free turn na part of the US embassy commitment for give opportunity to young people for study na the US. E tok dis for sake dis meeting wey dem hold for students dem yesterday inside Freetown. For more on dis, make we join Fenella Edith Tonti.
The United States of America na the hub for higher education for international students from across the world. But plenty time, students then get challenged, forget the right information, but university them na the United States of America. For sake of this make, the United States Embassy na Freetown the All One Education College fair.
It is a great privilege to be here today as we celebrate the opening of the U.S. Embassy's first ever Education USA College Fair in Sierra Leone. The United States has long been committed to promoting education as a powerful tool for achieving greater opportunities and success. Education is central to economic growth, enhanced security, and cultural understanding. The United States is proud to be home to many of the best educational institutions in the world and welcomes high-achieving and talented international students. I know the students here today are driven and ambitious, and the United States is looking to open our institutions of higher learning's doors to the best and the brightest from Sierra Leone.
The United States Ambassador for Salon, Brian David Hunt, they talk about the importance of the Education College fair as plenty young people don't they eager for land book in America. But visa don't be challenged over the year. Ambassador Hunt talk on the reason for this and self be advised the young people they are.
Too many of your predecessors on this journey have elected to misuse the privilege that they've been granted to study in the United States and illegally overstayed their student visas. The 35% overstay rate for student visa holders is a large part of the reason why many of you will face intensive questioning during the student visa interview process. The United States wants to be able to continue to welcome international students from across the globe to our colleges and universities. But we can only do so if students demonstrate respect for our immigration laws and procedures. I would urge you to do better than your recent predecessors and implore any of you who are ultimately afforded the privilege of studying in the United States to respect our laws in full and to return to Sierra Leone at the end of your studies to contribute to the building of this society.
What does this mean to Buklani sector na Salon? Emily Gogra, na the Deputy Minister One, na the Ministry of Basic and Senior Education.
This United States College Fair is a shining example of the kind of collaboration that brings lasting change. It opens doors for our young people to pursue academic excellence beyond our borders, to experience other cultures, and to return equipped with knowledge, skills, and values that can contribute meaningfully to Sierra Leone's development.
Emily Gogra call on the United States Embassy for extend this opportunity to other parts of the country.
I want to ask the alumni and the U.S. Embassy, please extend these facilities to the provinces, the regional areas we serve. We have just started in Freetown. We need to move to the provinces.
The Education College fair be future but start secondary school them na Freetown.
Hi, my name is Angel. I'm attending the Royal Becklin Academy and I'm in SS2 and also the deputy editor of this noble institution. Yes, I've learned a lot. I've learned about the weather. I've also learned about the things. I've learned about the financial aid. I've learned about who should choose the people that are going to be funding our financials when we get there and a lot more. Well, I've seen Columbia. I've also seen Princeton, but I also want to go to Harvard, but,
Attending the Salon Grammar School. I have learned a lot, but I have been doing my research. I am one who is really passionate about studying in the US. Although the one that I actually want to study in Yale University was not available, I was diversified. I got to know about Berkeley University, USC. So I got my options open, and I'd like to be a defense lawyer. And I was told that Berkeley is a very good option for that. So yes, I'm happy. I learned about the extracurriculars, and I also learned that it is vital to keep our grades up if we want to get to universities in the USA, as all of them are competitive schools. And also the extracurriculars are very important because we need to be diversified. You should not only know about your academics, but you should be involved in social activities like what we did today.
Then Pikia end up say, then go gladdy if then get the support for achieve their dream for land book na the United States of America. For the Society for Radio Democracy, Mina Fenelai did something, the report.
Well, from that report, the inside the program, as we mentioned, inside one part with headline stories, then to the Radio Democracy go look inside the Audit Service Regulation 2025 and how it go help for Gitran to audit service then work na the country. For Sikadas, I want to welcome Khadija Zainab Bangura, Legal Affairs Manager, Audit Service Salon. Good morning and welcome to the program. Good morning, Salon.
Thank you. Good morning, listeners.
Where the Audit Service Regulation 2024 day for give strength to standard to audit service then work na the country with the in line with the responsibility as the inside the Audit Service Act 2014 as amended inside 2023. Witness some of the things then with the inside this regulation and within this regulation the change by audit service then work make we get Khadija Zainab Bangura na the program. Once again, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Before we look at these regulations, they come up from the Legal Affairs Department now, Audit Service Salon. Let's look at the role of this department in terms of giving strength to the work of the audit service now the country.
All right. Our life family they know say most of the institutions that we get at this country they establish them through acts of parliament. We mean say na law govern even the creation. So as an office, and most of the work we do get for be premised on the law. Even the people the way the audit service, the audit we get for use law how for audit them. So me all within the audit service now more for provide them legal advisory services, for provide legal opinions on audit issues or other compliance issues. And are they central in the organogram, meaning are they work with everybody, are they work in the corporate services, even in the auditing itself. Because when we auditors, they can in the field, they can come across legal issues, they can get contention with auditors, they how for interpret the law. Maybe we auditor and they say this, the clients them when the MDS them go say no, not to so the law say. So me always there for make sure say I give good advice, legal advice to the audit service so that whatever work we they publish, they're on the right side of the law. Unfortunately, I get background in public service because I work extensively in the law officers department. So I will fail with how governance issues they work within the public sector. So now me hold down basically.
Plenty time we audit go don't put the reports. Some institutions then can come say, no, audit service alone, they not be consults me na agency or contractor. Now only government institutions then go consult. What think can be your position in situations like that as the legal affairs manager?
Okay, I just want to make this clear to family then, because me not auditor, so maybe I will maybe believe me more. Now the fact that auditing not a secret work, now a very transparent work, because when the auditors and go get what we can call the engagement meeting, the initial meeting. When are they the auditor they tell the MDAs them or whatever public body or the audit the exact purpose of the audit, the extent of the exercise, meaning waiting and therefore do the issues the way the one can look into. So then they hide nothing. Then even when they audit, they constantly engage the people that were involved. Say where this, why X not this so, why Y not this so. Then who done all the audits? We get what we call exit meeting. Now that meeting they tell them, say this period of audit now, all them questions will be asked now. Now this and this will answer. Now this they will fail for answer. And this then now they can call unresolved. And they tell them clearly say, all the way on no answer. All the whole thing say, una need for do, we get for put say now they publish at the end of the day. So if you take time for watch the auditor general and report them, most say they see not everything will they put. more na the contentious issues, the one they want to know able resolve, they will give you we recommendation what would they expect them for implement. So when they can say we no know, I'm not sure say that na the correct thing they can tell fumble them. They can know everything because we supposed to engage them. Na process where they engage both parties. Nobody may do it in secret. Now make now if you go to the audit service, always we they tell them say auditing not a witch hunt exercise. Auditors then they can't forgive anybody problem. But wait till we all know we all get job for do. And when they give job for do, you know go just do on your own. Then make government establish audit service for coming and check how you they do them if they do them right.
Still around the issue of the legal service, in terms of advice where they get to the audit service institution, we don't see year in year out some of the issues. Then they keep on repeating. Some the reports and with audit service they pull, and you talk say some of the issues just now contention issues. Then how much of your advice are able for change the work of audit service?
Yeah, I just smile because I remember I said this. It's not more about the legal affairs we care for, but I can give you now maybe a clear example. Not call institutions. There was one I remember the year when they established unit in 2023 where I just started for work. So there was this about law. So we audit or then go, then they rely on a particular law. But the particular agency, we don't seek amendment for like change the law. But the law not be don't kind to force it. That means Parliament not be don't pass that amendment day. So when we auditor then go, we auditor then they insist the law say, now this the law say. Whereas them they rely on that amendment will not take effect it. So we advise and come back to me and look the law, we look all the related law we concern that issue, and we give advice and we insist they waiting the law, not the act in postulation. The law it's what it is and not what it ought to be.
So at any point in time, you don't face in a situation where you provide legal advice and people not seem to go by the advice way you provide?
To my knowledge, I think say no, that kind of instance not happen it because as we know, auditors then are people the way they respect the law. So myself no say what they I for try for make sure say I give the right advice to management, to the board, so that we know fall foul of the law or even for give wrong interpretation. But I know say law at times that make the beauty of law for let people they argue over them. But at the end of the day, waiting the law say for being now we only try we best for comply with.
Okay.
The program La Good Morning Salon is come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. You will listen to Khadija Zainab Bangura, Legal Affairs Manager, Audit Service Salon. Today inside the program, we go look inside the Audit Service Regulation 2024. We go for a break, we'll come, we'll continue with the studio guest.
You dey look for side for keep you money and for make you business grow? You dey look for way how you go keep money and help people in your community?
Well, now the term is so for keeping money with any community bank or financial services association, we then they call FSA, with the all side na salon because then a good party with good condition, very easy for the ordinary man.
They go guide you fine one, but how for manage your money for change your life and your people them now your community. Remember say when you keep your money in a bank where they near you not just they keep money for bye but you they help your community for go before.
So waiting you the wait. You be businessman or farmer, petit trader, so you act person, teacher or anybody keep your money in any community bank or FSA where they near you and see how your life go better. Remember say them bank here they are so take go for me and you.
You don't look for bike. We're strong and are the best in the country. Lifan motorbike X-Mark 125 they push you also go far. For just 18,500 new loans, you will get fine Okada where they take you 80 kilometers straight. From Freetown to Port Loco and back with just 3 liters fuel.
This Lifan bike gets all and more. First stock engine, 5 gears, press and kickstart, strong steel frame, LED headlamp, and all TN tires. They also they come with 16-liter tank where they take you long distance.
Parts them always available for make you change anything where you want.
The first time when your customer where they buy, they get 3 items like helmet, vest, tire lock for secure bike, keychain, glasses, sports ball, and a stylish one.
This stuff will make you enjoy your money. Rush now, na 24 men motor road, Congo Cross na Freeton, or call 077-360-000. Refine Motorbike. Built for your hustle, built for you.
Bet to Max. Bet to win weekly sports bet promo. Bet a minimum of 10 leon with Betomax online at betomax.sl and stand the chance to win up to 25,000 leons every week. Yes, 25,000 leons every Monday. Don't miss out on free money. Place your bet now and get in on the action. The more you bet, the better your chances of winning.
In the chambers of the court are just me giving orders. You see, when the actual job is done at night and in my chambers, that shows they're giving up themselves for the justice of other people. Therefore, they must be treated well by the society. I have no doubt in your ability, madam.
Inside Komon-Tok, Honorable Ibrahim Tawa Conte, self who represents people in the Western Area Urban District, and self the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, self being concerned about the condition of service for judge them, when he say, if the courts were able to do the work proper one, the welfare of judge and magistrates them very important.
Yesterday, I had a very appalling story, Mr. Speaker, before we come to my point. A magistrate of our court would use keke to go to work. I'm sure all of us are sure. It is not good because at the magistrate court, most of the cases they handle are cases that have to do with other riders, keke riders, theft, and these people are the major people that use keke and okada. So imagine the person that disperses justice or the person that is the arbiter between the plaintiff and the complainant is commingling with them in a keke going to work. And we expect them to be independent. The Honorable Chief Justice has got that of the court. Both before, I'm sorry, the Honorable Chief Justice will not work with the Ministry of the Welfare of things like this.
When self the talk, Honorable Aaron Aruna Kuruma from Tonkoli District say all land challenges so where Honorable Ibrahim Tawa Conte and Honorable Abdul Karim Kamara the talk about saying that the court system now because the judiciary above and the executive forget couple for do their own program them.
Mr. Speaker, when we had the engagement with the nominees yesterday, many shocking revelations came out. And one of the revelations that actually got me very much disturbed is knowing that the judiciary is still not self-accounting. And Mr. Speaker, that is a foundation for independence. That is where the dependence of the judiciary lies on. There is no way you expect the judiciary to be independent if they rely on going to the Ministry of Finance to beg for allocations or disbursement. Mr. Speaker, there is a saying. They say, he who pays the piper was the chief, Mr. Speaker. So there is no way we can have an independent judiciary if you don't make the judiciary to be self-accounting.
But with all the advocacy from the member of parliament so for the welfare of judge and magistrates them, the leader of government business, Honorable Matisa Nima, been draw the attention of member of parliament them so their own condition as parliamentarian them, we make encourage them for look inside how one they serve.
Mr. Speaker, today we are fighting for the liberation, financial liberation of the justice system.
Yes, how are you?
The first law of nature itself, Parliament, Mr. Speaker, 74, subsection 4, we determine our own level and fast and welfare of Parliament. Mr. Speaker, what has happened? At any time we fix our salaries, talk our welfare, people bring us down. They talk against us as if we are manufacturing it from somewhere. We are Australian. So we first, I have to call on behalf So we see our Parliamentary Service Act.
But even with the change of advocacy for better condition of service for judge and magistrate them, Honorable Matisa Nima self-be acknowledge the challenge them within the court system and ask member them at parliament for work with the Ministry of Finance for improve judge their welfare. For the Society for Radio Democracy, me, Nachang Nojalo, the report.
The program is still listening to our Good Morning Salon. We come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. We still get we studio guests. We na Khadija to Zainab Bangura. It is the program for talk about the Audit Service Regulation 2024 and in the Legal Affairs Manager Audit Service Salon. You don't talk about the office and the rule we una department they play in audit service. But look at what there for winner the audit service regulation 2024. In some introduction, I make mention say this audit service this regulation now for get rank to the work of audit service salon in line with una mandates and in the Act of 2014 as amended in 2023. For listeners and viewers of Radio Democracy, una gets an act, why una need regulation?
Well, yeah, we admit say indeed we get an act because if we not we get an act, we not for even for able to talk about regulations. But the reason why then the form regulation are for help for implement the law as passed by Parliament, where they inside we act them. Also, regulations they help for enhance and provide better insight on the provisions inside any act, and also it help for give clarity and precision on policy aspirations within act. And lastly, it can also help for give procedural guidelines as to how to implement certain provisions inside act. So if you look inside the Audit Service Act, even by the mandate itself, the mandate say for audit and report on all public offices, public bodies where they receive public funds, or we set up partner woodley public funds. So you go see say now a job will get technicality. And an act so able for give detailed procedures at in many instances, some acts could just give broad policy statements, say una for do X, una for do Y. For example, section 12B of the act going down, they talk about how for implement surcharge and disallowance, with the how the Auditor General for implement surcharge and disallowance mechanism. But that particular provision in the inside the act, not detailed, not able to tell you exactly the internal steps or procedures we go need for use for really give life to that provision. So now that side and they now then kind of reason they make the regulation now come in. Regulation now will say okay, in furtherance of section 12B of the act, the regulation now they say for implement surcharge and disallowance, you go do X, you go do Y, you go do A, you go do C, all in the aim of implementing waiting the act they say. So that reason make people in the formulate regulation, even the audit service. If you go inside the Audit Service Act under section 37, this clearly states say the Auditor General may, by statutory instrument, may enact statutory instrument for the effective implementation of the act. So now then after the reason yeah justify why we get act. And I want for Ole Fambule no say not so just a recent happening, just that it coincided by the time the Legal Affairs Division they set up. Now they tell really where support come in both internal and external for press for let this regulation be like IB.
Now, 40-page document, you make mention of one of the provisions then we now surcharge we contain now 34, 35, 36 and other sections then. Apart from that provision then, what are some of the key provisions then we did now this regulation we for get rank to the work of audit service salon?
Okay, well for me, because me I'm not auditor, and maybe in a few years from now, sometimes me say was okay, that will work different side. So for we auditees them, the MDAs them, people who they handle public funds, I think say the importance there's several one that we were important to read the audit service, but the one we really relatable for even the public now part 3, where they talk about the functions and powers of the audit service. And one family no say this regulation really the mirror within the act say. Like we go step by step. Because if you take part 3 of the Audit Service Act of 2014, itself they talk about functions and powers. So all that under section 11 and 12, just 2 sections inside the act. But if you open the regulation now, the whole part we talk about many things. Let's say, for instance, it talk about the scope of audit. What do you mean by the scope of audit? When auditor they can at your office, wetin they can do, wetin are the aims, wetin are the goals, the objective of that audit exercise. If you read the regulation, you go see and the under part 3, it talk about risk analysis, it talk about quality management. That's how the auditor general for ensure say all we work how they do them, we do them with utmost quality and also in line with the INTOSAI, when are the international standards where they govern supreme audit institution. He also talk about the types of audit where audit service they do. You know, people they more know about that annual report wey can come out every December. You know, the whole country they shake. But and that report there now, it contains several synopsis of the different audits what they do. But if you read the regulation now, it go tell you say we they do financial audits, wey means so they audit the financial statements of public institution. We dey do compliance audit for make sure say that they comply with wetin the law say, or even wetin the law say dem for do as a mandate. We dey do performance audit, wey na value for money audit. Why we mean by value for money? E dey go beyond the books, not so just for check wetin dem dey spend, but really the program, the policy or the objective, e really meet the intended objective. The people wey dem make am for, they really dey get benefit out of am. They also dey do now wetin we call information systems audit. Una know say now the world dey advance, we are becoming digitalized. So institution dem no dey use internet for do dem work. Let's say like NRA, they get asikuda wey they process with tax. Okay. You go NCRA, they get, you know what I mean, NACIT. So wetin we dey do, since we serve na auditor, we not just go slow watch paper. What about then important IT system they are? So self now they audit the functionality. Because let's say for example, now they get issues where names say they repeat. Like if you go now sit on say one great name will get 2-3 this.
Okay.
So when we auditor them go, then they go watch the system for see how they work, and maybe if they meet mistakes or challenges, give recommendations so that the institution are go able to do their work. So the regulation they able to break everything down. And we even make room that imagine audits, because yesterday when we did a radio, me and my other colleague, a new audit where they imagine AI audits. Maybe in the future we'll go for the do them. So all under the regulation talk about.
Let me still look at the regulation. You talk about compliance audit and you talk about recommendations. Of course, we don't see year in, year out the audit service they pull reports, and they rely either on parliaments or other state institutions then for take actions against institutions that where they found wanting of certain things. In this regulation, it give any power to the audit service law, like in a situation where any necessary for take action against a particular institution?
All right. Well, the regulation really need to give you power. What regulation they do, they give you methodology for use your power. So inside, a lot of people think say when I can do me submission, then I can say, I want to do submission before we management. I say is the SSL a dog that only barks and does not bite? Because people think say we not publisher. Any year we they publish reports and we rely on PAC, and we don't see ACC can come in for give, you know, for go after people the way don't fall short of the standards. But if you look inside the Audit Service Act section 12, there's room for let the Auditor General self take action against people the way they mismanage or due to negligence or misconduct, government they suffer loss, or maybe not use government money the right way, or maybe fail for bringing it to account. So if instances like that they happen, the law remember from 2014 give the Auditor General the authority for go after them people and they for make sure say them pay back the money where government go don lost, the funds will go don be missing. So as I say now, the law give you the Auditor General the power, the audit service, but the regulation now they show how that particular procedure they take place.
So
from
how
start
this regulation
to
able for change the the whole aspect of audit business at the country?
No, say for example, now as we say, we this regulation yeah come for enhance we governance and we operations for ensure that we can say we get standards. Many times we say we get audit standards, but I'm sure if finally the public also go able to get a document, we then go rely on for guide them whenever they address audit issues. So if you go inside the regulation now, you as an auditee, you go able to know where auditor they can wait till they can for. So I think say this is a big help. Now a working document we don't make not to something for just lay, but na something we think say everybody go use for do their work properly.
And name na Khadijatu Zaina Bangura and in the Legal Affairs Manager Audit Service Salon. Continue for the with we na the program. The program na Good Morning Salon and they come to you from Get the Democracy 98.1 FM. Now na time for take a kiss at the program.
And you thought where you'll be.
You na government or private workman? You want buy land for build your dream house? You want buy motor car? Or now you picking and school fees you want for pay? You want for furnish your apartment or want settle urgent medical bill? Sometimes you want travel. Well, no worry. UBA get you back with the UBA No Wahala loan. We go make you get loan as low as 5,000 and as high as 1 million in New Year's. You don't need for worry about any collateral. Once you dey work past 6 months, now any government office, international NGO or any institution where the bank recognize inside them loan portfolio, you go get the opportunity for pay them small with sweet timeline. When are up to 4 years with no wahala. Oh yes, UBA No Wahala loan don't come for you. Loan will go give you peace of mind. So what do you wait for? Just reach for the sky with no wahala. UBA, Africa's global bank. One brand, partnering for progress.
UTB, Union Trust Bank, the game changer don't come. As we the lead, others they follow. And just with your mobile phone, you go transfer and receive money with ease, speed, and safety. UTB don't make it possible for collect money na ATM machine without the ATM card. Now that we call cardless ATM. You, the UTB customer, go send money to anybody and deposit and collect the money na any UTB ATM panel without any ATM card. All it can do now for just enter the reference code and collect the money. The UTB copper in safe day. With this UTB copper, any UTB customer can transfer copper with a mobile phone to anybody up to 5 million loans. And with the reference code, the person can go to any UTB branch and collect the copper. Union Trust Bank, we there for you.
The program na Good Morning Salon in the country from 98.1 FM. Inside the program, we continue for look at more issues to go. Said Executive Director for the National Public Health Agency, Professor Fodisa, don't confirm say government don't give the agency about $1 million for feed the mpox sick in the country. They talk this way. It been the respond to one assessment report where African CDC do for sick of the mpox sick we in the country. Usai then say Salon not get the resource for fet the mpox. Well, Professor Fodisa talk more to we reporter Adeyemi Jackson inside this interview.
Of course, yes. Now we invite them for come. At the onset of the response, in record cases them, as usual, a normal practice standing. As an agency, as a government, we invite them. So a joint team of African CDC and WHO then come and can spend almost 1 week or 2 weeks. So that we and they actually work together for actually pull a report.
Let me start for look at the report proper one. According to the assessment we then done in April, at the time they do this assessment, they record that the issue of bed capacity in the country at that time now be 60 bed to the number of record case will now be 800. And this say the issue of bed capacity very low in the country compared to the number of cases then with the country they record. That's true?
Just like I would say, we'll start the response. We will not be get enough bed capacity. As I say, this report here, now we end up actually look at all the systems, both national and at the district level, at the community level, everything.
So at the time we don't do the report.
At the time we don't do the report,
60 bed be available.
It be more than 60. Because at the time we don't do the report, we will get about 25 beds at military hospital. We get about 22 beds na police hospital. We get about 30 beds na Kintom Hospital and Joy Hospital. from that time to now, what we don't do, we don't establish a 400-bed capacity in a police training school.
But you see now all do the report. But according to the report, now 60 bed be available. Now you say it be more than that.
Well, I say more than that. If you add the police hospital, the Joy Hospital, and the Kintom Hospital, definitely they're above 60. People then can write anything, but this can go physically and go count the number of beds them. So I tell you from informed position.
Now we look at the isolation policy which government developed with regard to the Mpox sick. The CDC report say that the isolation policy not seem for the work as people get the sick, left the isolation unit on their home, they go on a social gathering, and according to them, these are one of the things we're responsible for the spread of the sick.
Yes, at the beginning of the response, the policy was just not to win no more. All countries at the world, how they do the Mpox illness because of the severity not as severe as I the one within our Congo. So now home isolation will be the preach. But after we don't look at the response, we'll see for say it's possible for say that people are within at home, they already maintain IPC measures. Now we don't actually launch what we call Operation Find Them All. Anybody with an infected person, we make sure say we pull her from the community and put her into health facility.
Before they invite the CDC and other body them for can do an assessment, or not be done put a system also in place for with regard isolation units of who that them they get the sick so that now able for contain the spread of the sick.
And I tell you, we don't call them for can do an assessment. We call them for can work with we. Now normal practice way than they do for all countries at the world. Any side way than they. Okay, and the isolation setup, as I say, will not get the country we all know, but this country, the Ministry of Health, we don't put systems in place. Every hospital get an isolation facility, at least a 10-bedder. But to find out for say the epicenter, most of the cases them Nancy Africa they come out. So therefore, waiting actually begin unfold. We're not being ready for that kind of thing. So that make us a secondary measure, what we'll do when all workers done, we revise with incident action plan and make sure say what we will do for make them better and for bring all infected persons them outside the community and bring them to treatment centers and for intensify community engagement. Everybody in the community, because not one man fits, everybody fits.
Also, the report captured the issue of low funding. According to them, that the country not get the kind of resources for actually fight the Mpox.
We all know for say government get a lot of things that way they do, but now at the tell you for say government they do everything possible for make sure say it provide the available resources. Just last week, government provide $1.7 million for reactors.
The $1.7 million now for waiting.
Now for fight the Mpox. At the time when they income, everything a system, a process. Government would actually then look at what's happen. We don't tell them for saying this one. So government within the process for actually release the money. Don't release the money. That make you actually see for say we don't actually change the whole strategy of actually revamping the surveillance, making sure that we create more beds, then more isolation centers. Then now we target over 1,000 beds that we target for make sure that anybody infected will bring her out of the community so that we will break the chain of transmission.
Professor, the Mpox sickness spread rapidly in the country. In terms of funding, how much are the total money on a need for CC not able for fight the Mpox?
I will tell you, say we need money and government they do everything possible for make sure to provide that money.
What's the total money on a need?
I will tell you that now, but definitely I think they change as our situation they present. Not to government no more. Government also they work with partners then. They get very dedicated partners and we get a lot of partners then when they come on board. We get the World Bank, we get the WHO, we get other partners, them other dedicated partners, trusted partners, technical partners, UNICEF and the like. Everybody don't decide say this is not a one man fete, not a government fete, no more, all man fete.
So we then challenge you so where the report captured. The country in the position of fighting Mpox.
Of course, if you look at that report, they are sure say that report they will tell you about strengths also. If you look at that report, so that make the Excellency the President, this government will establish the National Public Health Agency. This is our first big outbreak will effect since the establishment of the agency. Before this time, they make ad hoc structures for fight any outbreak, but these are the first big outbreak will effect. So Definitely, the structures are there. They work with everybody in the Ministry of Health, the National Public Health Agency. Will say not to we will first no more now community effects. So all the effect and government ready for make sure say we affect the mpox.
Well, that the executive director for the National Public Health Agency, Professor Fudisa, they talked to Adeyemi Jackson, who said confirms governments don't give them over $1 million for fighting mpox sick in the country. The program Good Morning Salon, they continue. We studio guests. We the legal affairs manager audit service salon when Khadija to Zainab Bangura. It is the program for talk about the audit service regulation 2024. Now we look at the audits them we done the mentioned earlier, like the specialized audits, them the information system audits, the forensic audits, revenue audits, procurement audits, and other one them. But we see in 2018 we get experts them from Kenya for can do forensic audits in our salon. What in this could address the regulation in terms of having auditors within salon for do then specialized audit here so?
Yeah, I just want to family to say, as I been mentioned, audits are a dynamic field. It improve or it expand as the years go by. So the reason I sure because in 2018 I was not at the audit service, so I'm not going to tell you exactly why we get expanded from Kenya. But wait till I'm for sure the public now that in last year the audit service began receive support from the European Union for there we get experts we can train with auditors and how for conduct forensic audits. Me self partake in that training because so forensic audits at times the outcome now for make sure say people they go court for answer for whatever malfeasance or whatever economic infraction they commit. So as of last year, experts can spend greater time train auditors in that field. So going forward, I assure family and say if need can for do the audit service have equipped for do one.
Okay.
Yeah.
In name na Khadija Zainab Bangura, Legal Affairs Manager, Audit Service Salon. Continue for the with we in the program as we go for this break.
Good news for Gal Picking them. Olive B Academy don't come for you.
For better and affordable education, the Olive B Academy, when a 100% Christian, all girls boarding school na Keriton, don't come.
Olive B Academy, they provide international education na a very good environment. Then go shape tomorrow leaders them with a STEM-focused Cambridge curriculum when a science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
Olive B Academy, go make it girl picking get sober education, teach them for be good leader, and same way so, boost in confidence and self-esteem.
I sure say you don't want to miss this opportunity. Admissions don't start for Form 1 and Form 2 students for the 2025-2026 academic year, and school will open this September 2025. For no more, do your call 073 244 444 or 090 244 444. You can email me info@olivebacademy.org or visit my website at www.olivebacademy.org.
Now Olive B Academy, God making them go be global leaders.
Salon Commercial Bank don't come with new banking products them for make life easy. With Leone Online Bank and Leone mobile app, you can able for use Salon Link money transfer for send money to anybody in like you not get bank account. Transfer or receive money now the same bank or any other bank. Transfer money to person or office in like you not get the account number. Buy Edsalite, pay other bill them, and now get advanced salary. You don't need for worry again, but almost money then you earn. Because you can able for pay for things the way you buy in a supermarket and other shop them with the quick response code payment. Your pardon done for the boss man them. With Beyond Online Direct, you can upload salary, pay all your supplier them, sell forex to Salon Commercial Bank, and watch your account anytime. If you need the app, download them from Google Play Store or any Apple Store, or go to Salon Commercial Bank website www.slcb.com. Sierra Leone Commercial Bank. Delivering God.
The program now Good Morning Salon, and they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM, where they come over to with studio guest with Khadija Zainab Bangura, Legal Affairs Manager, Audit Service Salon. You know, they talk about the regulation where audit service don't develop. Let's look at the changes where this could bring audit service their work in terms of doing auditing.
All right. Another thing again, where we the manuals, the audit manuals and standards, we provide that during audits. If auditors them come across any issue where they think say for be referred to other law enforcement agency for take action, then for do so. But that not be ever they inside any law. Because, for example, the relationship will get ACC and MOU will be the use for guide with collaboration. So now inside the regulation, you go see say the Auditor General in the exercise of in power, whenever Auditor General in the audit, they come across any issue and things they need the attention of other state institution. It not necessarily need for be law enforcement. The auditor they no go say them go wait stay we report come out December before they when people they read and see say they need for make intervention. Now, as the need arise, we can do referrals. And also another important thing you want.
Khadija, before you go further, when the auditors they pull the reports, they send them going to Parliament, and Parliament, as by law, get the mandate for look into the audit report before any other institution go through the report or start for take action. Now you say the regulation are the key power to auditors in a situation where they perform their work, they come across any issues, they don't need for wait until they pull the reports, they get the right for refer these issues them to other state institutions them for appropriate action. You not think or any kind of conflict not will be in a situation where in this sort come up?
We think say if you do things by the law, conflicts no go there. And in terms of when we send we reports in Parliament, gonna saw the constitution see. So that make we send and they. And we know say all state institutions for go according to waiting the law say. So we can audit and report, but as we say, if we meet issues along the way when we need for when we think say or by the instance demand say this particular issue for referral to any other state institution for an intervention, we can do so because at the end of the day, we are all working for the government and people of Salium.
Okay. This from Abubakar Siddiq. Okay, this one from Sheikh Kamana on Facebook. He says thanks to Audit Service Salon for putting these regulations, Madam Legal Affairs Manager. What was the process followed to develop the regulations?
Okay.
The person they asked about the process followed for put this regulation together.
All right. So what will happen? The office starts first by formulating a roadmap for guide the formulation process. Then we set up a regulations formulation committee. We're headed by one of the deputy auditor generals. Then that committee they now go further and set up a technical working group because auditing a special expertise where we need one where they do the work for do one. And also aside from the internal structure, then we embark on extensive stakeholders consultation because audit service we they go all over. So I want for assure the public say we consult the Ministry of Finance, Accountant General, HRMO, the Ministry of Justice, the Ministry of Local Government and Community Affairs, NPPA, ACC, a host of them, even the universities, the police, the army. We consult them, we invite them to consultation exercises where we all brainstorm, we argue, then self-call their own, even at the provinces, even the paramount chiefs. We invite them traditional leaders in their consultation. They will do all over this country, yeah. So then say go rub mouth and add their own sense. It'll be very interesting because we get a lot of controversial questions. And during that process, they will be using for let the people they know say. Because a lot of people think say we just the audit, but they never audit we. So that process they make awareness camp for let them know say even the audit service is subject to auditing.
Why the audit now?
Why the audit we?
Who the audit now?
Or the audit we? Well, we now Parliament they appoint the post where the audit service.
That's how we should have audit Parliament.
So we serve the handle public money. Or we're not there above the law. So we say we internal audit division, we get internal audit committee, and external auditor when a Parliament they appoint because a Parliament they say they report to Parliament get oversight over the audit service. So now say
Now look at the regulation 2024. Now audit service salon solely put them together with the consultation they wanna make, or wanna been get any body or organization with supports for develop these documents.
As I say, we be gather them stakeholders, they are colleagues from the public sector, because when we don't go around, we don't do research, we don't do analysis, we don't do presentations. People don't give their own contributions and ideas. We collect everything into a report and we get a technical retreat. Whether retreat, we go through this regulation section, regulation after regulation. So, and every other institution will be present. Now they see themselves, they give the expertise. We can't to procurement issues. The people then from NPPA be very focal. We can't to these referrals, ACC them be for make sure say we not take waiting then at the young mandates count and to we own. We will get people there from Ministry of Finance, because say na then na the custodian of the Public Financial Management Act and regulation. So then be self be there for giving support and the expertise.
And with all the one that we see being the part of the development of this regulation, the media not be did. Why would not been think at that stage for involved media?
The media be invited in several events. The CSOs,
like events, part of it.
Yes, they were. Even the CSOs, because this service will get very good relationship with the media. Because we know say now they amplify with voice now they make people they know what they do. We get cordial relationship. I'm sure the media then go attest to it. I say even the CSOs, because there are civil society organizations where they really champion all these issues. Mrs. F now my second year within this game. Before now I'll be there into basic law. So I get some CSO then the way I can think they go even challenge some of we knowledge in auditing, because now their own field, like ban, they get the other a host of them, then be there with me. The other family no say even in 2 weeks from now, we will go back now the regions and we plan for go alongside with even there we CSO them and MPs, because there's this regulation we even consult the MPs, because the MPs can get role inside the regulation. So then self can give you their own idea, because at the end of the day, for Leone before do the property, sir.
Continue for stay with inside the program. In name na Khadija Tuzana Bangura, Legal Affairs Manager, Audit Service Salon. We talk about the Audit Service Regulation 2024. The program, good morning, Salon. They continue. Are they hear me?
The program, Good Morning Salon, and they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. The program, they continue, and we'll look at another issue inside the program. The Chief Technical Advisor for the Opportunity Salon Project at the International Labour Organization, Tondaria Manutso, say ILO with them partner them, they put together one project for support 21 business of young people them we get idea for improve farm work in the country. Tondaria Manato talk this inside one meeting with ILO and some of them partner their all and the European Union Salon all for talk about seeing them with can be barrier for make project them we can implement not keep come out fine and self last long. Reporter Karifa to come to get more and gonna report.
The International Labour Organization, ILO, na United Nations agency, where they work now for promote social justice and also give rights to Motaman them by the work when they do, where this na organization, where they begin inside 1919. After we work then all the 187 member states country them been come together for set international standard and policy them. But how for improve them different work the way they defend themselves? They work with development cooperation partner them for implement projects and program them where they promote decent work and economic development. Now the member states country them. But for implement program them. Now one part the challenge where ILO don't they get with them partner them. Inside the past year, them for implement different projects them. For sake of this make, ILO and them partner them don't all meeting with the media for tell them about the implementing stage of this project when for support young people them, whether into business. Tondorai Manato, now the Chief Technical Advisor for the Opportunity Salon Project, now the International Labour Organization, talk more about this.
There's an initiative we have co-created that's looking at tapping into the innovative space occupied by youth in the country. There are innovations in terms of appropriate technologies that we would like to see come up and popularize in the country to support farmers in cassava, in vegetables, and oil palm value chains. Because one of the major issues since we started in 2022 have been productivity at the unit level. But when you dig deeper, you find that access to appropriate technologies has been a big issue as well.
Tondorai Manato continues say, ILO with them partner them they put together one project for support 21 business of young people them for improve farm work na the country.
We have an initiative that we are going to implement for the next 12 months where the agency is going to support 21 businesses to wake them up, build them up, support them to build resilience in their businesses. They participated in the last competition and they did not emerge in the top 10. So we thought we will leave no one behind. So this is the follow-up program to support those who did not make it into the top 10.
As part of this project now for make young people them, where they do farm work able for make them produce and reach international standard, make the Director General of the Sierra Leone Local Content Agency, for the Badabo, talk about the importance of this project.
The Made in Sierra Leone is a strategic objective of the government of Sierra Leone, and we are deliberate about it as local content. We want to be able to make sure local content is about competitiveness, it's about value addition, it's about standards and quality, all of which this Opportunity Salon project seek to achieve. And the two value chain of cassava and our palm kernel speaks to that deliberately. For far too long, we have been saying we want to be able to make this economy a local content economy by making sure that we put Sierra Leoneans in the driver's seat when it comes to economic activities. Sierra Leoneans no longer want to see themselves as just mere spectators, but deliberately being plugged into the supply chain.
The National Youth Commission, now body where government's been set up for empower young people through the development program the way they do. This make the program manager at the National Youth Commission, Momodu Woody Asho say, NECOM go comply with this project.
The partnership with NECOM will help to further support young people within the country. Talking about compliances, administrative and legal issues, these are areas that are very important in reporting. And so we are happy to be here to know the details and to learn. And we pledge our strength, our loyalty, and everything that can help us to project the image of young people in areas of value chains that having to do with cassava, palm oil, and vegetables.
Where in the talk, the Director of Policy Planning and Research at the Ministry of Trade and Industry, Francis Madani Jabati, say the Cooperatives Act of 1977, where then and ILO don't get agreements for review, go help benefit plenty sector them.
Because an agreement has been signed between the International Labour Organization and the Ministry of Trade that has to do with the review of the Cooperatives Act. As the Chief Technical Advisor rightly mentioned, this is long kind of like overdue, and the review of the Cooperatives Act of 1977 will help to benefit a whole lot of sectors, even including the agricultural cooperatives, the bike riders cooperatives, the keke riders cooperatives, and so many other cooperatives that will uplift and contribute to the level of job creation that this government is kind of like the agenda is pushing towards, having 500,000 people in job. With this Opportunity Salon project will actually help to achieve that desired.
Francis Madani Jabati end up assure say, then go work with ILO for ensure say, then go support 21 business inside 12 months, we go empower more young people and self-contribute to government agenda for give up to 500,000 young in the country. For the Society for Ready Democracy, Mina Kaifa to counter the report.
Roadmap for you, so you for take tell you some. If you work or they drive, you for always take care.
The Sierra Leone Road Safety Authority want for tell the public and then customer them, but then TSO where they don't decide. One, they not introduce one mobile workstation. When means say they go make arrangements for computer them, printer, license, bank, and all the thing them when necessary for process license, and then go put them at that mobile workstation there for make sure say the SLRA service you able for get them now you do much for bring the authority to the people. Two, they not activate one toll-free line 844 Africell. Citizen them can now use them for good road safety by way where they will call SLRSA toll-free 844 24 hours 7 days inside the week for report accidents. Motocar them where they can just left that it and the one them we can book down and any other thing we concern traffic. 3. In line with regulation 55.6 of the road traffic regulation 2011, all vehicles forget safety team them where one pandem now first aid kits. 4. For drive motorcar, we no register and license. They against the Road Traffic Act 2007 and Road Traffic Regulation 2011. They will tell you we go against the law for register and license that motorcar and say so pay fine before they go left that motorcar. If you fail for take your motorcar, where they seize after 6 months, you go forfeit them by court order and then go auction them as a day na regulation 90 of the Road Traffic Regulation 2011. 5. If you fail for put triangle where they reflect na the front and back of the motorcar where book down where you left na the road na offense where they in line with section 1151 of the Road Traffic Act 2007. Then go tow the motorcar and now you go bear that law system. SLRSA, they encourage all the one them where they use the road for abide and act according to the road safety law and regulation them. Remember say, what Komon-Tok can say, ignorance of the law is no excuse. You get responsibility for act safe. We say also get the right for protect people them where they use the road and make road safety good. For no more, feel free for meet SLRSA Public Relations Unit, now them number yasu. 076-858-635, 075-197-896, 076-112-323. Now, SLISA bring this message to you.
Salon, and they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Now, not time for take walk about inside the program.
Another morning again. I say Wednesday, man. I say Wednesday. I say fumble. I say I'm me just tired, man. I say again. I say it goes tired. Say what would they pray? What would they tell people how for change? It's like now way through the waste time. I say because some people I say then they go from bad to worse. I say some people let me tell like tick broke now there. Some people it like say corruption. I say it inside them. I say it not them DNA. I say like West 70-year-old man can tell me say some people them know how then criminology the other level it like where they so close by you. That's why I don't begin look things so. But it's not to that level how you go take $300,000. For go make just one conference. I say you know you're fine. I said $300,000. I say for conference, man. I say man they with the free tongue safe. I say then them been just let them again luxurious hotel them. I say then get a nice. Not to them born the couple. I say man they enjoy. They reach to dinner. I say big done. I say then they boogie down. I say and they enjoy a couple of sweet man, especially when you know work for I say this SLBC thing, I say, me not to mix. I not think I don't mix all of it or recent. I say, because just a picture of SLBC. I say, it don't show the situation. I say, why make some of them picture the SLBC? I say, it in the winter. Skateboard caster boy, it is painful. I see but then cry that time. But what him pain me? Always command the make so kitty. I say, you know Bobo Joe. I say Joe boy. I say Joe boy we been dead mine. I say, you believe say na the Joe boy still a parking cars? I say na what I tell you so. I say Joe boy thing you did go park cars. Tell like you would have vexed. Would have vexed panda couple, would have vexed the damn couple. Let it die. I say some people bad. Some people I say the level of power I say where some man get here. You go challenge. But na this damn good brother say Musa Tumbo. I this it ask that question, man. Bo, you na God. That question touching. I say waiting fine in this country. I say waiting good for one. I say for good for the other man. I say the cheap people them I say na the social media one. I say hate speech is not good. I say grammar scatter. Now I say see. Now the time wey Uncle Mike I say he been do that thing. I say na so he left for them boy. I say Opa himself come dirty water. I say he go now na him go ace the pieces. I say he don't scatter panam. But when you ask about this National Protected Area Authority, I say the kind things that where they go according to sources. I say who that they gather. I say who that they sweep under. Who that they make land go before catch your own cake. I say then they under. I say Uncle Tawashado. I say na your uncle. Me na Jonah Wakabot.
Well, from Walkabout, we look at messages then quick when I don't send inside the program. Good morning, Salon. This one for Mark 10. Now, New England Village audits are not intended to punitive measures or a witch hunt audit. Audit is a vital tool for national development. The audit purpose is fostering accountability and enhancing financial management, adding value to MDAs, and ultimately improving service delivery to the public.
This one from Tunde Scott on Facebook page say the Office of the Auditor General lost its neutrality and public trust after the former Auditor General and a deputy were suspended from office. It will take a while before they regain public trust and confidence again.
Mohammed Brahma Koman on Facebook page for Oseka the Standards Bureau Suriwu we do say Standards Bureau need to enforce this law with effort rather than enforcing it with words in office.
This one from Mark 10 on New England will say audits are not intended as punitive measures or a witch hunt. Audit role is a vital tool for national development. The audit's purpose is fostering accountability, enhance financial management, adding value to MDAs, and ultimately improve service delivery to the public.
We continue for look at more messages that inside this program. This one from Mystic Nadwazaki say audit service for Leone has been tremendous in their operations in as much as Parliament has approved the scope of their operations. Ministries, departments and agencies should ensure they comply with the new regulations because compliance has been a major problem over the years. Accountability is key. We then message here, so I can't with studio guest for respond to them, and we wrap up the program.
Yeah, as you said, the message are all positive because the objective of an audit exercise not to for witch hunt or give problem, but now for add value to the entities where the audit by providing assurances to the services the way they do or where they don't mandated for do under the diverse roles as public or civil servants. And we dey encourage, we auditees them for try for familiarize themselves with these regulations. And also we dey also encourage them for endeavor, the one the way don dey implement to recommendation for continue for do so. The one the way they struggle to time with the appeal that they self will implement the recommendation. Yeah, because if people that they implement all these recommendations, we go see say the country will improve in terms of the performance of the development index. So, and I want to assure the public say audit service they continue for remain independent. Audit service they continue for work for the interest of Sierra Leoneans. Audit service will continue for ensure say wherever taxpayers money then they we go there for proof say indeed people in the user in the way and manner where government say for user.
Thank you for joining me in today's edition of the program. Good morning, Salon. Kadi Jatu Zaina Bangura, Legal Affairs Manager, Audit Service Salon. Bide inside the program, they talk about Audit Service Regulation 2024. Please, thank you for joining me.
Thank you very much.
Well, this edition of the program, Good Morning Salon Golefi for today. Plenty thank you to we producer Michael Sambola with support from Yeno Kabia and Mange Mansari. Plenty thank you to Fatmata Samura, Usman Kamara, we make us see we live now Facebook page. Plenty thank you to John Kamara, DJ Sugarcane for technical support. So till we meet again, Mina Adeyemi Jackson, they say goodbye.
And Musa Kamara say bye-bye.
Plenty thank you to